All Living Things is a beautiful, expressive, and singular interactive sculpture puzzle game about alchemy and hermeticism. But to me, this is not just a game for the freaks like me who have a weird hyperfixation on the history of magic, science, and religion. It is a game that is representative of the power and the potential of games themselves. A game that is emblematic of the very spirit of computer worlds. The game itself presents as a series of beautifully detailed interactive puzzles, inspired by a 15th century manuscript known as the Ripley Scroll, a 6-foot-long piece of parchment that details the process of creating the Philosopher's Stone and the elixir of eternal life. But even if you are not a believer in the power of alchemy, as people like Sir Isaac Newton once were, the inherent value and importance of something like All Living Things is not in its instruction of the alchemical process, but in its ability to inspire curiosity in those who play it. One of the most profound things to me about games and art in general is their capacity to act as containers for human curiosity. To experience and to connect with a game that touches upon subjects which are not part of your everyday life is inherently to broaden our horizons. To look up actual images of the Ripley Scroll in the case of All Living Things, to learn about alchemy and how it was not merely a form of proto-science, but also a process of self-inquiry and actualization on the part of the alchemist. And therefore, one of the most telling metrics about the quality of a game, of an experience, is whether it reaches off of the proverbial canvas and into your life. Does it inspire you to do more research or thinking about the subjects that it touches upon? This is not to say that the importance of a game can only be measured in the number of people who run to Wikipedia immediately after playing it, but merely to express that the power of games as an art form is in their interactivity. In interfacing with worlds that touch upon ideas, aesthetics, subjects, themes, characters, narratives, and worlds that can reflect our lives and experiences, but also reach into them and expand them. And in an appropriately Ouroboros fashion, the playing of games is a somewhat alchemical process, insofar as the purpose of playing the game is to play the game. But on top of this is this ethereal meta layer, that the profundity of an experience, the amount to which it stays with us after the experience is over, may be a truer measure of what the experience truly means to us. Sort of the direct inverse of an idea that I once heard attributed to Will Wright, that the experience of playing a game begins not when you begin playing the game, but when the player first hears of the game and begins to simulate in their mind what playing the game will be like. So too, after the game has ended, the experience of the game continues on within us, as we reflect upon the experience, as we let the experience change us. When you talk to people who are fanatical zealots of the Yakuza games, if you ask them to summarize the importance of these games, the conversation will immediately drift towards their heart, their whimsy, the contrast of a seedy criminal underbelly against these characters with a heart of gold. And I think games like that can truly move us, can change us. I think experiencing a character like Kiryu Kazuma can literally make you a better person. I think playing a game like Pentiment can literally make you a more historically curious person, can show you the value of being historically curious. I think playing deeply personal games like Loading and Consume Me can deepen our empathy. That playing fantastical, mythical games like Dread Delusion and Queen's Domain can engender feelings of mythical profundity in our everyday lives. So to bring it back to All Living Things, do I think that playing this game will transform you into an alchemist? Do I think it will transmute the leaden dross of your life into spiritual, philosophical, or metaphysical gold? Maybe. But I will say that even playing the 10-minute demo of this game is the reason I've made this video in the first place. That thinking about alchemy and alchemists, about the meta-processes that overlay the physical processes of alchemy, is something that got the gears of curiosity turning in my mind sufficiently, that it led me down this meandering path of curiosity about games, about their power and importance, about the multitudinous ways in which they can reach into our lives and transform us. And if that fact alone is not representative of the power of computer games, of computer worlds, then I don't know what is. So this is my call to you, to seek out games that touch upon less explored perspectives, topics, interests, pockets of history, types of characters, places, and to open yourself up to them. To not seek out games based on neatly defined and divided genre labels, but to embrace strange and often less neatly defined games which can expose us to novel and essential perspectives. The power of games is not just that they can entertain us, but also stimulate our curiosity about the world, stimulate self-inquiry, historical research, reflection, growth, feelings of awe, of inspiration, experiences that span the entire breadth of human emotion. And to me, this is and always has been the true magic of games.